Hi guys, it's Stock Curry. I was not planning on putting up a video today, but there ended up being some really important market news that you need to know about. So I wanted to get this video out to you guys to help you guys out. So let's get into it. Okay, the first big news that came out today is that the text of the infrastructure bill was finalized by the Senate. The bill will now be introduced to the Senate floor to be discussed and voted on. Now that could send stocks higher on Monday, and in fact we are seeing the US futures rise quite a bit already. In other news, the July jobs report comes out on Friday, so that could put more downward pressure on the stock market if it ends up being higher than expected again. Now, regarding the pandemic, Fauci came out and he said that things are going to get worse with the Delta variant. Now, that could be bad for stocks. He did say that he does not see any new lockdowns at this time, though, which is good, at least for now. Now, another bit of good news is inflation. On Friday, the core inflation index came in at 3.5%, and a lot of people expected it to be 3.6%. So it actually came in lower than expected. And we can also see that used car prices are now going down, which is really good. These are all signs that inflation is cooling off and is in fact transitory, which is going to be really good for the economy. Now, for the next bit of really big news, and this is bad, it is really bad. President Biden and Congress have allowed the eviction ban to expire. Now that is going to be good for a lot of landlords who have properties that they cannot collect rent on. It is also good for banks who are now going to be able to foreclose and sell these houses that they have not been able to collect mortgage payments on. But this also means that a lot of homeowners are going to be out of their homes. That's also going to put a lot of foreclosure homes up for sale, which means a lot more inventory on the market, which in turn means a lot lower home prices. This could finally trigger the housing market bubble to burst. Now, if that happens, and it looks like it will, then that will spill over into the stock market eventually, just like it did in 2008. This is just another catalyst that could trigger a market crash sometime in the next few months. Now, before I leave you guys, I do want to talk about one crypto and one stock real fast. These are a crypto and a stock that quite a few of you reached out to me over the weekend and asked me to cover. So I just want to talk about them real fast before the markets open on Monday. But before I get to that, if you could just help me out and do me a real quick favor, if you could just hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page, it would really help me out. In fact, I'll go ahead and give you 5 seconds to do that right now. Alright, before we get into that one stock and one crypto I wanted to tell you about, I do want to remind you that I am not a financial advisor and nothing I talk about is a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. These are just my opinions which may or may not be accurate. Please do your own research before investing in any asset. Alright, let's get into it. And first up is Ethereum. ETH has been performing much better than a lot of other cryptos over the past week. And it looks like that is because of some high hopes surrounding the release of EIP 1559 on Wednesday. Now, EIP 1559 is going to burn about 30% of the ETH, which will put quite a bit of upward buying pressure on this crypto over time. This may be a buy the hype, sell the news event, but it's hard to say. Technically, on the daily charts, Ethereum is still quite bullish. The candles formed this beautiful W-shaped pattern right here, which is really bullish. We also see the MACD and RSI rising, which is also bullish. Now on the RSI, ETH is approaching overbought, so there is some concern there. ETH might take a breather after the EIP 1559 comes out on Wednesday before moving higher again. Now the weekly chart is also bullish with the MACD and RSI both rising, and the candles were back above the long-term trend line. But longer term, the monthly chart looks quite bearish. The RSI is overbought and the MACD is dropping. Now what's really interesting to me is that if you look at the chart back in 2017 to 2018, you will see that after the run-up we had 2 red months in a row, followed by a green month, followed by a whole bunch of red months. And what we're seeing on the current chart is the exact same pattern with almost the identical opens and closes on the candles. We had a run up, then we had 2 red months, followed by a green month, followed by possibly the start of a whole bunch of red months. And if you focus on the opens and closes, that is the colored in portion of these bars right here, what you're going to notice is they are almost identical to the 2017-2018 bars. We had a run up here, and then we had a pullback, and we had a run up here, same top and a pullback. And then the next month we had a pullback, same bottom, same top. Next month, same bottom, same top, pullback. And then the green went about a little over halfway up on the red one, same green, right? And then the next red opened a little higher and came down. Next red opens a little higher, comes down. I mean, it is 100% identical to the chart from 2017 to 2018. So I am very concerned about the monthly chart and the long-term outlook for Ethereum. But in the short term, ETH appears to be quite bullish, and I do think it will do quite well over the next couple of weeks, even if it does take a breather after EIP 1559 comes out. Okay, the other stock quite a few of you asked about was CLOV. This is Clover Health. This is a Medicare Advantage provider. CLOV was originally a SPAC and was heavily shorted. It eventually had a short squeeze at the beginning of June, which we see right here, but it has since come back down, almost down to where it was right when that short squeeze happened. Now, right before that last short squeeze happened, we saw the MACD histogram rise, and we saw this golden cross right here. And we're seeing the exact same thing right now. We're seeing the MACD histogram rise. We're seeing almost a golden cross. Last time, as the MACD was rising, the candles were dropping. And this time, as the MACD is rising, the candles are dropping. So it looks almost identical to the way it looked right before we had the short squeeze last time. And interestingly enough, CLOV reports earnings on Wednesday, August 11th, and that day lines up almost perfectly to when a short squeeze might occur technically. Now, the last time CLOV reported earnings, it was nothing spectacular, but this time, if the earnings are good, that could trigger a second short squeeze on CLOV. A lot of analysts like the company long term, but they've been staying away from it until it drops back down to around $7, which is where it was at the bottom for a long time. This time, however, it really looks like CLOV has found a new bottom at around $8. So I would be comfortable buying CLOV for both a long-term hold at this point, and I would also be comfortable buying CLOV for the hopes of a short squeeze over the next few weeks. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that video and got a lot out of it. Now, if you're looking for a broker to trade with, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $100, Webull's going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300. And if you're not a US resident, or if you're looking to trade OTC penny stocks, then I recommend Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers is another great trading platform with highly discounted trading. I think trades start at just $1 Canadian, 4 euros, or 6 Australian dollars, depending upon where you live. And they also have commission-free trading here in the United States. When you sign up for either one of those, not only are you going to get a great broker to trade with, but you're also going to help me out because I do have material connections with both of those, so it helps me continue to produce these great videos for you. And finally, if you could just hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page if you haven't already, I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.